When we talk about TV crime drama shows, some names that come to mind are Mindhunter, Ozark, Breaking Bad, and so on. They're all led by men who were unfairly pushed into committing crimes, the heroes everyone hates to love and loves to hate. At the end of the day, we see the humanity in them. Enter Jessica Biel, who's turning the subgenre into something far more compelling. Keep watching to find out how she's updating it. First up, True Crime Rebooted. In terms of female-produced dramas, Jessica Biel takes the cake. The model/actress/executive producer might look familiar after all. She's been on our screens for quite a while now with hits like Valentine's Day, The Illusionist, and The A-Team. The triple threat has tried her hand at producing TV shows, and we can't say we're disappointed. Biel's show brings something to the table that has so far been unheard of. Not only do they add a more female-oriented touch to the game, they also feature women who are unapologetically crazy. We're talking women who kill for the sake of killing, who go about their days as if they haven't just murdered someone, who will stop at nothing to get what they want. And if the means are criminal, so be it. This is not morally gray, it's the complete lack of any morals at all, and we're here for it. If any of you are finding the characters relatable, you might have some thinking to do. Let's take a look at Biel's recent true crime work and what exactly makes these shows so bone-chillingly addictive. We're serious. You won't be able to look away. Next, Candy isn't sweet at all. Jessica leads Hulu's new true crime based on real events miniseries, Candy. As lead actress and executive producer, she stars as Candy Montgomery, an 80s housewife and mother. Wholesome, perfect, suburban woman with a perfect marriage and wonderful kids. Her friend Betty Gore, however, is less than perfect, a strict, stressed-out teacher dissatisfied with her life. The first episode shows a normal day in the suburbs of Wiley, Texas, and then the camera cuts to black. Candy is now seen with her blood on her forehead. She's murdered Betty. What's most disturbing about this is the way Candy goes back to a normal day in the suburbs, acting as if she hadn't just committed a murder. In fact, when Betty's husband, Alan, calls Candy, since Betty's not answering, she has no trouble playing the innocent, ignorant friend. Jessica Biel's performance as Candy will send chills down your spine because nobody else could have played an axe murderer with the kind of serenity and nonchalance that Biel did. The limited series is available in 5 episodes on Hulu, so it was meant to be binged. As executive producer, Jessica clearly has a hand in the creative side of things, so she also helped develop the character that she portrayed so well. A crazier-than-fiction portrayal of female rage with an eerie monochromatic color scheme, Candy is Biel at her murderous best. And now for The Sinner's Cora Tenetti, another starring/executive producing effort from Biel. The Sinner took the nation by storm in 2017. The psychological crime thriller pulled huge ratings, and it's not hard to see why. Biel plays Cora Tenetti, a completely normal woman enjoying a day at the beach with her family. The first episode opens with Cora going for a swim in the ocean when she's suddenly gripped by an unexplainable urge. The urge to commit an act of unforgivable violence. Haven't we all had that urge from time to time? Maybe, but it leads Cora to return to the shore and promptly stab a man to death. The show becomes a question of not who, but why. In broad daylight, everyone knows that Cora killed the man. What Cora doesn't know is why she did it. Was it a childhood trauma? Was she irritated by the man? She clearly doesn't remember doing it, but it's obvious that she did. With the way Biel portrays her, however, the show is made far more sinister. You start to think that Cora knew exactly what she was doing. As the season progresses, we see Cora practically begging to be found guilty. She wants to avoid a trial because the moment it does start, the present is shot through the flashbacks of drug problems and miserable childhood. The trauma builds up and finally answers are revealed. Though Cora only appears in season 1 of the anthology series, Biel stays on as executive producer for the rest of the series, bringing her freakish touch to the show for 3 more seasons until the show's end in 2021. Up next, welcome to Limetown. Adapted from the 2015 podcast titled the same, Limetown is a Facebook watch series that centers around Leah Haddock, an investigative journalist obsessed with a mysterious incident from a decade before the show is set. In 2013, a scientific research and experimental community was set up, consisting of neuroscientists working on an unnamed project. The mystery stems from the fact that every scientist involved suddenly disappears from the community, mystifyingly named Limetown 8 months later. Despite a ton of government action, including congressional hearings and thousands of subpoenas, no answers can be seen. Very realistically, conspiracy theories are created and talks of secret underground limestone tunnels scandals float to the surface. Leah is still obsessed. Why? Her beloved uncle, Emil Haddock, was one of the scientists who moved to Limetown. A decade on, Leah is determined to discover what truly happened to her uncle, where he is, and what exactly Limetown was. Once again, Biel delivers a thrilling, spine-tingling performance as the curious journalist, narrating various scenes and slipping into past memories to build up the story. We're sure you can see the pattern now. Jessica knows exactly how to do characters at the center of sinister mysteries with a dark underbelly. Now for a throwback thriller, Cruel Summer. Biel brings us back to Texas in the 90s with a quasi-crime drama aimed at the younger audience, but petrifying nonetheless. Once again, she embraces the flawed, borderline, mentally troubled female protagonist in the form of Jeanette Turner, who starts the series as an awkward teenager. The show's most compelling feature is that it's set on the same day in June over 3 years, 1993, 1994, and 1995. Transformations flavored by both adolescence and deep-rooted trauma give the series the unsettling chill that we've come to expect from Jessica Biel. Jeanette runs into Kate Wallace, the quintessential peppy, blonde, popular girl, and it's clear that she wants Kate to accept her. However, soon enough, Kate disappears and Jeanette steps into Kate's life, taking over her popularity, her friends, and her boyfriend. Everything is perfect. Until 1994, when Kate is found and accuses Jeanette of knowing where she was the whole time. A year later, in 1995, Jeanette and Kate return with a darker look, as Kate deals with her trauma and Jeanette sues her for defamation of character. Even the color grading changes from bright golden and colorfully to sickly as blue as Kate descends into a bitter spiral characterized by her trauma after being stuck in the principal's basement. The dark obsession with popularity and status leads people to similarly dark places, and Cruel Summer depicts this in a classic Jessica Biel way. There's more good news. Season 2 is expected to hit the network in late 2022. Time for some other related news. It goes without saying that your first action after this video should be to have a Jessica Biel crime drama binge. At this point, we're pretty sure you're convinced they're all worth it. But once you run out and sit in and wait for Biel's next project, here's a few of our brand new crime drama favorites. Let's check out the updates on the latest releases. Ozark. The beloved crime drama finally came to an end in late April this year, with part 2 of the 4th and final season debuting on April 29th after the January release of part 1. The series instantly shot to number 1 on the Netflix top 10 rankings, and within its first 3 days garnered over 78 million streaming hours. A major highlight of the show is actress Julia Garner, who already won 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for her role as Ruth and has received consistent rave reviews on her acting. If you still haven't watched Ozark, now is the perfect time to binge all 4 seasons. The Girl from Plainville. Elle Fanning is unrecognizable as she takes on the role of Michelle Carter in Hulu's true crime miniseries. The show, based on the real-life 2014 death of Conrad Roy in Massachusetts, follows Michelle as she faces trial for the murder of Conrad, who seemingly committed suicide after she urged him over text. The show boasts a whopping 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which should be all the convincing you need. Inventing Anna. This show takes the true crime subgenre and gives it a makeover, complete with designer clothing and hundreds of thousands of dollars in wire fraud. Inventing Anna is the story of New York's fake heiress, and she's played by none other than Julia Garner, who fakes everything from her accent to her teeth for the role. This is another show that topped the Netflix top 10, enjoying hundreds of millions of streaming hours. This is another one you won't be able to stop watching. That's a wrap for this video. Need more videos to satisfy your true crime obsessions? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.